guys, it's Cody with Taylor Mobile Detail. Today I wanted to do a video talking about how to know if you've hired the right detailer for the job and 5 things to look out for. The first thing to look out for when you're hiring a detailer, make sure that you know what you're getting and make sure that they're explaining everything to you. If they have a website and you go on the website and you look through their packages, make sure that it's detailed what you're getting so that you know what you're paying for. Ask the detailer to explain, what am I going to get for this price? And if they are able to explain and they know what they're talking about, most of the time they can be trusted to do the job. The second little part of that would be not letting them set false expectations. If they're telling you, oh, this is what you're going to get, your car's going to look perfect, I'm going to make it look perfect. Detailers like me and professionals out there, we always strive for perfection, but one thing I never do is promise my customer perfection. So if you have a detailer that's like, oh yeah, promising you all these, giving you high expectations, they're probably just trying to sell you to make money and not actually develop that relationship and be honest with you and say, look, this is what I can do, this is what I can't, because with detailing, honesty goes a long way. This is your property, your vehicle is your property, it's not mine, so I need to treat it like it's mine, but I also want you to be happy with the result. Another thing that a detailer can do to show you that they want to work with you and they can be trusted to do the job correctly is good communication. I've heard so many stories, my customers telling me that, oh, I hired this detailer and he was a no call, no show, the appointment time he didn't show up, or it rained that day and I never heard back from him again. Things like that. I've heard so many stories like that. What I try to do to make my customers feel like they can trust my word, I'm going to be there, I'm going to show up on time, I communicate a lot. Once you book an appointment with me, you're going to get 2-3 emails reminding you. I'm going to send you text messages. I want you to know that I'm going to be there, and if I'm not, you're going to know ahead of time, 2-3 days in advance. But that never really happens. I always show up, but the communication never gets lost there. Another thing to look out for when hiring a detailer is transparency with pricing. I know a lot of detailers that don't like to tell people the price and they like to give quotes on site when they get to your car. I can see why they do that, but I think it's important. For me personally, I give my customers transparency. Look, this is what this service costs, this is everything you're getting in this service. If I think it's going to take me longer than the 4 hours that I've noted in the service details, I will let you know, and if there needs to be an upcharge, there will be. But I think it's important to get a base price at least, because if they're just telling you, oh, I can't quote you until I come, so then they're booking you in, and you have to wait to know what you're going to spend until they get there, and then they're going to tell you, oh, it's $600, and then you're saying, well, I wasn't expecting to spend that much, but I've already waited for the booking, and then so on and so forth. So I think a good detailer would be upfront about the price right away, upfront about the services you're going to get for that price. And I always let customers know that prices are subject to change if I get there and the vehicle is in way worse shape than is laid out in the service details. So the fourth thing to look out for when you're hiring a detailer is make sure they're not rushing the job. I see a lot of detailers out there say, oh, I can get your interior, exterior done in an hour. I can do it in 45 minutes. You want someone that's going to take their time and detail your vehicle. Pay attention to the details. So many times I've had customers say, I hired someone else, but they didn't do that great of a job. They forgot this. I really wanted this done, and they forgot to do it. And it's because a lot of these detailers rush, because most of them get paid by job, not by hour. So they want to get it done as fast as possible to increase their profit, which is understandable, but then you're not getting the best quality service they could offer. So if you hire a detailer and they say, oh, this job's going to take 4 hours, and they're done in an hour and a half, 2 hours, I'd be a little skeptical. Or if their services online say that it's not going to take very long, 2 hours, 1 hour for a full detail in and out, I'd be a little skeptical before you hire. And I'd say the fifth thing to look out for when hiring a detailer is seeing if they care about your goals. If you tell them, look, you know, it's a new car, I bought it last year, it's not that dirty, I really just need a vacuum and a wipe down on the inside, the outside just needs a quick wash. if they hear you say that and then they say, okay, well, here, I'll give you, why don't we do the supreme detail package that includes a leather treatment, vinyl treatment, shampoo on the inside, that includes a wax sealant on the exterior after I double contact wash it and clean your wheel wells, and so on and so forth. If they're trying to upsell you on these things that you've already made clear you don't need, they clearly don't care about your goals, and they're just trying to make more money off of you. I think the most important thing a detailer can do is listen to what you're saying. So if I have a customer say, hey, look, I just need my dog hair removed, I'm only going to charge them what I charge hourly for pet hair removal. I'm not going to, if that's what they want, that's what they want. Maybe I'll say, if you want to pay an extra $40, I'll just do the whole interior for you anyways. And they might say yes, but that's just because if I'm going to get the dog hair for you, you might as well have a cleaner car. But some customers don't want that. They just want the dog hair out, and that's all they can afford, or that's all they feel like paying for, or it's all they need in the moment. So I'm gonna listen, and I'm gonna care about their goals and what they want. So if you have a detailer, after you explain what you want, if you have a detailer trying to upsell you on every little thing, and even when they get there saying, oh, you need this, you need this, you need this, and trying to pressure you into spending more money, I'd be a little skeptical of rehiring or hiring them in the first place. One of the biggest ways detailers make money is upselling. Like, that is a big way I make money. But there's a difference between saying, hey, look, I noticed this. It's up to you if you want to pay for it. I could do it right now at a discount, blah, blah, blah. Or saying, you need this, or this is going to happen to your vehicle, blah, 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 trying to pressure you, making it an emotional experience for you at that point to make you feel like you have to pay that money. I'd be skeptical of those detailers, because to me that just shows they don't care about you as a customer. They just want to make money. So that was 5 things to look out for when hiring a mobile detailer or a detailer in general. To end the video, all I want to say is sometimes the best detailers aren't the cheapest, they aren't the quickest, and they aren't the ones with the biggest following sometimes. But the most important thing to look for in a detailer is that they care about you as a customer, they want to build that relationship, they care about your vehicle and treat it like their own, and they enjoy their job. I love my job, so I can't help but be happy when I'm, meeting my customers for the first time or seeing repeat customers and working on their vehicles. So look out for that. Keep it good vibes. This isn't me trying to put down any other detailers in the business. I think that it's important that we all work together. There's plenty of work to go around. There's so many cars everywhere. So many people need their cars clean. So I'm not trying to bring anyone down. And hopefully for the detailers watching this video too, you can use some of these tips and things I'm pointing out as things to pay attention to, things to maybe fix in the way you run your business, or just in the future, keep in mind. And with that being said, if you're in the Niagara region and Hamilton region in Ontario, and you're looking for a trustworthy detailer that's mobile, come to you, bring water, power, and I'll get the job done right. You can call me at 905-931-4507. Text me at that number as well. Visit my website, it'll be linked below. And have a good one. Peace.